Okay, now this is I'm at a loss for words. I said I don't hate anyone, but I tell you what, this woman is so far below scum that just watch.
Violating the law every hour of every day. You are refusing to allow people showing up at the southern border to apply for asylum. I acknowledge that you don't believe that people should be able to apply for asylum, but you don't get to choose that. The White House doesn't get to choose that. The law requires you to process people who are showing up at the border and who claim asylum. Why? Because our asylum law is a bipartisan commitment, an effort to correct for our nation's unconscionable decision to deny entry to Jews to this country who were being hunted and killed by the Nazis. Our nation, Republicans and Democrats, wrote it into law that we would not repeat that horror ever again, and thus we would allow for people who were fleeing terror and torture to come here, arrive at the border, and make a case for asylum. Talk about these disappearances. In an autocratic society, people who the regime does not like or people who are protesting the regime, they are just often picked up off the street, spirited away, sometimes to open-ended detention, sometimes they're never seen again. What you are doing, both the individuals who have legal rights to stay here, like Kilmar Abrego Garcia, or students who are just protesting Trump's policies, is immoral. And to follow the theme, it is illegal. You have no right to deport a student visa holder with no due process, simply because they have spoken in a way that offends the president. You can't remove migrants who a court has given humanitarian protection from removal. Now, reports suggest that you are planning to remove immigrants with no due process and send them to prisons in Libya. Libya is in the middle of a civil war. It is subject to a level 4 travel advisory, meaning we tell American citizens never to travel to Libya. We don't have an embassy there because it is not safe for our diplomats. Sending migrants with pending asylum claims into a war zone just because it's cruel is so deeply disturbing.
And she just sits there through that whole thing and just has this look, this nonchalant, like, I don't care look. Let me tell you, people like that are pure freaking evil.
There's no American citizens have been arrested or detained. We focus on those that are here illegally. And anything that you would hear or report that would be different than that is simply not true and false reporting.
When are they going to learn we can just look this stuff up? I'm going to prove how Trump's ICE is snatching up citizens and how Kristi Noem's claim is total BS in less than 60 seconds. If we dive into research done by ProPublica, we can actually see that over 170 US citizens have been arrested or detained since Trump took office. One of those people is Leo Garcia Venegas, who was snatched up while working in Alabama.
I show my papers now. I don't say anything. I say anything.
And when ICE agents found his documents, they just said they were fake. There's also George Redis, who's a US citizen and combat veteran who was grabbed by ICE in California.
Agents smashed my window, pepper sprayed me, dragged me out, and knelt on my neck and back. Agents never checked my ID. They detained me for 3 days. No phone call, no lawyer, not even a shower to wash off the pepper spray.
And there are a ton more people like Leo and George who've dealt with the same things. So no, Kristi, even though you say you're not arresting and detaining US citizens, we can clearly see that you are. And while Trump's ICE is terrorizing communities across the country, he's not doing anything to lower costs or make your life better.
Obviously, I was in shock. I didn't know what was going on. I got out. He asked me for my license. I gave it to him. About 15 minutes after, he came back and put me in handcuffs, and he said, "Do you know why you're under arrest?" I said, "No, I don't." And he said, "Because you're illegal, you're an immigrant." And he put me in the car. They didn't explain to me what was going on. They didn't tell me what was happening. I was clueless.
Were you even aware of your immigration status and that you may not be up to speed on everything that you needed to know?
No, it's not something that I really paid attention to because, like, I'm a high school student. I just thought that if I abided by the law, then I'd be just fine.
ICE has said that you were not the intended target. Your father was. The Department of Homeland Security called him a, quote, known public safety threat. What do you or your family say to that? Is that true about your father?
I completely disagree. It is completely untrue. When they pulled me over, they never asked me about my father. They said nothing about my father. They knew my name. They knew I was 18. They knew I was going to school. They could have at least thought a little bit harder to make up a lie. My dad is the type that I tell him to drive a little faster because he drives so slow, and respectfully, he's a really good guy. I love my dad. Obviously, I was in shock. I didn't know what was going on. I got out. He asked me.
Crossing a line that America promised it would never cross. And you need to hear this. Reports are coming out that ICE and the Department of Homeland Security are preparing holiday enforcement operations at churches, mosques, and synagogues, places that used to be protected, sacred, and off limits. Let me make this clear. For years, houses of worship were considered sensitive locations, meaning ICE was strongly discouraged from entering. But that protection, it's gone. The policy was rescinded. And now, people of faith, immigrants, refugees, citizens are terrified. Let's be absolutely clear about the law. If you are a U.S. citizen, ICE cannot deport you. They should not detain you. But wrongful detentions do happen, and communities know it. That fear is real, and it's intentional. If ICE approaches you in a place of worship, say clearly, I am a U.S. citizen. I am invoking my rights. I want a lawyer. And do not sign anything under pressure, ever. No one should have to choose between their faith and their safety. No one should be afraid to kneel, pray, or walk into a holy place. But this is where we are, a government agency stepping into houses of worship during the holidays, and leaders cheering it on. Stay alert, stay informed, and remember, your right to practice your faith does not disappear because ICE wants to instill fear. ICE is crossing.
This is the hardest thing to watch.
Hello, sir. How are you doing today? Good, thank you so much. You mind if I grab your ID from you? Go ahead and roll your window all the way down. Why? What's going on? Go ahead and roll your window all the way down. I have a baby in the car. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. With the baby. Just roll your window all the way down. Happy party. Just go ahead and roll your window down. You're in the window. Roll it down. Roll your window all the way down for me, please. Yeah. Do you have your ID on you? Please. I do. Yeah. Yeah. Can I see your ID? Yeah, that's funny. Where are you heading? Daycare. I'm sorry? Daycare. Daycare. Okay. Where's daycare? Just to Beaverton. How far? 5 minutes. Yeah. So there's a baby in the car. I understand that. And is it hard to wait for 3 minutes?
Is your phone down?
Yeah.
She said to put the car.
Yeah, put your car here. Yeah.
Put the car over there.
Put the car over there. Yeah. Mommy's coming now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Now? Okay.
Hell, hold on. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Well, you should have done it already. I told you 3 times. Unbuckle your seatbelt. Step out of the car. Still understand. Step out of the car. Okay.
So why are we allowing this to happen? Why are we letting these cases go? When are we going to stand up and say no more? That's it. What are we going to do?